5, 6, 7, 8.
To think that we are already in week 1 of session 2 is wild. Session 1 was incredible, Essentials 1 was incredible, and we just finished what may have been one of my favorite SSTI Junior showcases and performance weeks that we've ever had. We are starting what is the biggest show that we've ever tackled here. Ragtime is a massive, massive musical. On Broadway, it had like 40 people in it. We've got over 30 in our cast, which is our largest cast to date. We had some pretty exciting last-minute changes with our cast. 48 hours before we are to have arrivals day at the airport, we had 2 actors who were unable to keep their commitment to our program this summer, so we had to do some quick shuffling, some quick replacing of performers, which included Student Life member Bobby. They have joined the company of Ragtime.
You know, I was like, I want to be in Ragtime. Like, I've been saying this since Music Man. I was like, I want to be in Ragtime. And unfortunately, that situation happened where the students couldn't be here. They was like, you want to be in Ragtime? I was like, are you joking? Yeah, it's been like really nice, like being able to be around the kids and also being like a Student Life member because I'm with them every day, so I get to know them a little bit more closely.
As our audiences have come to expect, Joe Barros is always bringing something new and fresh to his visions for our shows.
Our show takes place in a museum, a contemporary museum, where a old piano is on display behind a stanchion. And so as the audience is entering the space, they observe this museum and they observe contemporary characters, which are just people who are visiting a museum. And once the exhibit is scheduled to close, a little boy and a little girl sneak in after hours and they jump the stanchion and start playing the piano. And when they do, the music awakens the spirits and ghosts of the past in the museum, and the walls open up and begin to reveal the tribes. Staging this production of Ragtime is going to be so thrilling, but getting there is going to be a Herculean feat. It's going so beautifully. We have the largest cast we've ever had here, and we have an incredible, diverse group of people coming together to tell this story. I'm so thrilled to be collaborating with Bakari King, the choreographer, and Peter Williams, the associate director choreographer, Andrew Austin. It's really a dream team, and the talent is elevated as well. Okay? A middle school play has an ensemble of merry villagers who are generic and unspecific. Not this show. We'll call it Ragtime. So let's hold one sec. We'll call it Ragtime.
Oh, I think it's going great. It's huge. The score itself is 400 pages long. That's just the vocal score. Yes, we're learning all the notes that they sing and all the rhythms and all the words that they sing, but we're also learning how to say lines over music that doesn't stop. They've probably been in a musical where they've sung in an ensemble or in a choir, but they maybe have never had to learn how to time speaking very specifically to music like this. The whole of Ragtime is the challenge. It's kind of like running a marathon. You know, every step is a challenge, but doing the whole thing is the actual big challenge.
This has been my dream show since I was 11 years old, to music direct. So, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. It's incredibly rewarding.
And I'm like, I have loved this show for a really long time. And one of my favorite things about doing a show like this that I love is like when you spend the amount of time with it that you have to do, you discover all of this cool stuff that you like don't notice the first couple of times.
Oh,
like all of these little themes that are all across the store, and you like start to get a really clear sense of like how everything fits together, and it's really cool.
Yeah, we were excited to add this new position. It was requested specifically from Henry. We had never done this before. Caleb and I and Ben talked about how do we incorporate him into the program, because one of the things that I did not want him to become is just a rehearsal pianist. I didn't want to say, okay, now we have 3 people who can play piano and that's the end of his gig and he never learns anything, because he is a student. And so I wanted to think, how do I teach Henry at all moments to be a music director? So what I've tried to do is divide it up into different experiences based on where he is in different rooms.
So I get to spend a lot of time watching him and Caleb work and taking notes and getting everything down. I'm keeping like a master score of everything.
And so Henry is constantly learning, how do we talk to directors? How do we talk to choreographers? When is it appropriate to correct things that are happening on stage, and when do you need to wait and then correct later? Things like that are sort of everyday things that a music director learns over time. I'm trying to impart that knowledge in here.
And also just sort of be in the room and get to just absorb all these amazing people that are around me and take in everything they're teaching me, which is just a great experience.
Whoops. Oh, one of them sees us. Okay. So every Friday, Ben, for morale, does these things called 5-minute meetings. They're for staff, and I have a little sign up at my desk where people can come and sign up. So you have 5 minutes of Ben's like full focus, and it's usually people use it to like propose new ideas for the company,
Talk about problems they're having.
like payroll stuff.
Sit in silence with Georgia.
Yeah, but he said at the beginning of our work here, he was like, you can do anything during them. And then we obviously said anything.
Is that a challenge?
Our schemes began to grow. One week we took him out to the lobby and like put a blanket over him and did meditation.
Yeah. One week we made a fake package and left it outside of our package door, and it was addressed to him. So then he opened it, and then like his 5-minute meeting task was inside of the package.
Then we made an entire fort in one of the dressing rooms out of chairs. We like got blankets.
There was popcorn. We stole a microwave.
We couldn't pop the popcorn in the concession stand because people were rehearsing out there, so we took the microwave. We walked it all the way around that perimeter of the theater so he didn't see it.
Lighting has these walkie-talkies, and Ben hates them so much because they make this really annoying noise when you turn them on, and he hates them. Yeah. So we taped one underneath his desk when he was in rehearsal, and then called him on one from backstage to tell him to come to the 5-minute meeting.
I'm trying to do all. No, I can't say I don't know.
What is happening? We wanted Georgia, come here.
That's the password.
Brought to you by Ken. What is happening? Is this why I had to order string lights?
No.
Please.
They're from the show, but they're also for this.
Georgia got it easy. How do I get in? Does he get the camera? What is it? What is happening?
We're having a 5-minute movie night.
Oh my God. I feel like I need to take my shoes off.
Got that. That was on the list. I just didn't want to leave I thought the fire.
It's like, well, I saw you whispering at one point today earlier, and I was like, they're whispering like it is Friday.
Wait, that was our goal. That was our goal.
I'm like, this ends with me tied up in a hot air balloon.
Safe.
No, I don't.
We're almost done staging the opening, and it's very exciting, mainly because it's not like the original production, and it's nothing like any other production of Ragtime I've seen. It's taking a while. There are a lot of elements, but I'm so excited to see it when it's done.
So the momentum is really, really strong for a positive drive right to the finish line. We've got obviously Ragtime starting rehearsal this week. Then this weekend, Essentials 2 arrives, and that's our final group of students who comes to us this summer from all over the country. And it's been the life-changing summer that SSTI is designed to be, and I can't wait to see what the next two groups bring to the table.